Finally, I got my first cake order of the year, guys. Hi, sweet tooth gang, come with me. Let's decorate this cake together. So, if you remember one of my last posts, I said this year I have been selling more of banana bread and small chops. Apart from Valentine's Day cake, I haven't really made cake like that. So, this particular order, I got it from Google. The lady called me and said she was searching for cake vendors close to her, and my number showed up. And then she told me she wanted a small cake, something simple. I quickly sent her my price list and she was like, wow, that my response was very fast. So she picked the cake size, the color that she wanted, and what she wants me to write on top of the cake. The color of the cake is actually dark green, which represent the color of the Nigerian army because the cake is going to someone in the Nigerian army. And then she asked me if I make small chops. So I told her yes, and I sent her the small chop price list. She picked a platter and requested for extra beef and extra chicken. So I calculated everything and sent her the total. She transferred immediately, you guys. Like she paid money immediately. At that point, I knew this work had to get started. So that same Monday, I rushed to the market. That was in the evening. I rushed to the market to get everything for the small chops and the color of the cake. So when I got back home, I started prepping, but I started around 12 p.m. You know home bakers now, we like to bake when it's late while everyone is asleep so we could get our quiet time alone. So I made the cake. I started the fillings for the small chops as well, but I finished up by 2 a.m. So I was already feeling sleepy. I wanted to continue, but I knew if I didn't rest, I might spoil something. So I took a 1 hour nap, which lasted from 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. in the morning. So when I woke up, I started wrapping the small chops because the feeling had already cooled by then. So everything was going well. Then around 6 a.m., I checked my WhatsApp. I saw the lady's message that she wanted extra platter if it was possible to get her extra platter. And I was like, God, where am I supposed to get beef? And this is 6 a.m. So I just replied her and told her no problem that I would make these small chops for her. So I quickly covered the cake with buttercream, and then while I was trying to decorate, I noticed I didn't have piping bag. So I had to rush to the market to get piping bag and then the meat and extra box for the small chops. So when I got to the market, you guys, there was no beef. Like literally there was no beef. So I was like, God, please, I don't want to disappoint this customer. So I had to go to another market that's kind of close to me. So I literally had to take keke. So when I got there, I saw this man that just bought out cow leg. You guys, you know how cow leg is big. You know how big cow leg can be. So I told the man that I wanted beef part. I didn't want the top of the meat because the top of the meat looked like something that is going to be hard to chew. So I had to wait for him to cut into the meat. I left the market around 9, which was almost 10 a.m. So I knew I had limited time because I was working and I was also watching time at the same time. So when I was done with everything that I wanted to do, from the frying of the chops to wrapping the extra one and then decorating everything and writing on the cake too. So everything was going well. I didn't even get enough videos of this cake. Honestly, I was really pained. So finally, when everything was ready, I called her around 12 p.m. and I told her I was on my way, and she was like, okay, no problem, I could start coming. So you guys, it was delivery. When it was time for me to pack up for delivery, 3 boxes, one cake box, two small chops boxes. I had to like stack them. One strong small chops box at the bottom because it was really strong and I know that it would carry the weight of the cake. So I had to put the cake at the middle and then the extra box of small chops, the one that had extra beef and chicken at the top. So as I was carrying it, I was just thinking this cake must not fall. Every step I took was just prayer But thank God nothing actually happened. I got to her location and she was like, wow, my delivery is very, very prompt. And you guys, she told me something that made me smile. She was like, whatever you're doing it well, so keep it up. I went home happy, honestly, and this was my first cake order of the year. So if you're watching this video right now, this is a sign for you to keep showing up because your next customer is already searching for you. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.